Hello everybody and welcome. My name is Mr. Cantor and this is Mr. Cantor's Misconception Guide. Alright, today we're going to be looking at Explore Part B. What I want you to do is to first read this question to yourself, pause the video, and then we will read it together. Alright, welcome back. Let's read the question together. The question says, 25 6th grade students answered the question, how many hours do you generally spend on homework each week? The dot plot shows the number of hours per week that these 25 students reported spending on homework. So here you have your dot plot, and down here it tells you that this is the hours spent on homework per week. So these numbers down here represent the hours spent on homework per week. Okay, so with that said, let's move on. And let's take a look at some of these questions. What I want you to do once again is to please pause this video, read this question to yourself so you get an idea of what we're about to do. All right, please pause the video and I'll see you in a little bit. All right, welcome back. Let's read the question together. It reads, use the dot plot to answer the following questions. For each, show or explain your reasoning. Number 1, what percentage of the students reported spending 1 hour on homework each week? And below we have the same exact dot plot from earlier. So let's take a look. Here is an example of student work. And this student said that 5%, since there are 5 dots for 1 hour. So please pause the video and let me know, is this student correct? All right, welcome back. If you said this student is wrong, you are correct. So this student is saying that it is 5% because there are 5 dots for number 1. Well, we can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we can see that there actually are 5 dots for number 1. But the thing is, that's actually not how you find the percentage of students, because when it comes to percentages, a percent is a ratio of a part to some collective total. In this case, the part is how many students spent 1 hour on their homework per week, and the total is out of the entire group of students. So unfortunately, 5% is not going to cut it. All right, let's move on. Here is a response from student 2. Please pause the video and let me know, is this student correct? All right, welcome back. If you said this student is close, but they're not correct, then you are correct. And the reason for that is because they understand that we need to set up a ratio, which is 5 over 25, 5 being the amount of students that spent 1 hour on their homework per week, and 25 being the amount of students that are in this class in total. However, what they ended up doing is they converted this into a decimal, and unfortunately 0.2 as a percent is not equal to 0.2 as a decimal. Those are two different things. All right, here is student 3. Please take a minute, please pause this video and let me know, is this student correct? All right, welcome back. If you said this student is correct, then you are correct. Notice what this student did that is slightly different than student 2. They took the ratio 5 over 25, which student 2 also had, but now they're multiplying the numerator and the denominator by 4. What this does is it makes your denominator 100, it makes your numerator 20, and so this means 20 parts out of 100. And 20 parts out of 100 translates to we have 20%. Remember, percentages are out of 100. So if you can take your denominator, which demonstrates your total in this ratio, and you can convert it to be 100, then whatever your numerator is, that will always be your percentage. That is a really cool trick to always help you convert a fraction into a percent. Now, this cool trick doesn't always work. It only works for fractions where your denominator happens to be a factor of 100. If you're dealing with fractions where your denominator is not a factor of 100, then we're going to have to do something a little bit different. And we will talk about that in another video. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I want you to please pause this video, read this question to yourself, and then we will read it together. All right, welcome back. Question number 2 reads, use the dot plot to answer the following questions. For each, show or explain your reasoning. What percentage of the students reported spending 4 or fewer hours on homework each week? So I'm going to share with you what student 4 did. Please pause the video and let me know, is this student correct? All right, welcome back. If you said student 4 is wrong, then you are correct. Student 4 said 4%. Since there are 4 dots for the 4 hours mark. Now this student is wrong because they made the same mistake that student 1 did. They merely looked at the number 4 counted how many dots there were, and thought that was the answer. This is wrong for two reasons. It is wrong because that is not how you create a percentage, but also it's wrong because they didn't ask you to look at only how many students spent 4 hours per week. In the question, it says, what percentage of students reported spending 4 or fewer hours per week? Okay, so that's a little bit different. So therefore, student 4 is wrong. Let's take a look at our next student. Student 5. Please pause this video and let me know. What do you think about student 5's work? Is their work correct? All right, welcome back. Let's read student 5's work together and let's figure out, are they correct? If you said student 5's work is wrong, then you are correct. Student 5 said the answer is 16%, since there are 4 dots for the 4th hour. So what they did is they followed the ratio 4 out of 25, because there are 4 dots for the number 4. There are 25 students in total. They multiplied the numerator and denominator both by 4, and they created an equivalent fraction, which is 16 out of 100. Since this new fraction has a denominator which is 100, that means you have 16 parts out of 100. Therefore, you have 16%. So this unfortunately is not correct, as you said, because they're ignoring the fact that this question says or fewer, 4 or fewer. They told us the percentage of students who spent exactly 4 hours on homework each week, but they don't want to know exactly how many kids spent on 4 hours. They want to know 4 or fewer. So student 5 did an amazing job, but it's not enough. Let's take a look at student 6. Please pause this video, read what student 6 did, and let me know, is this student correct? All right, welcome back. If you said this student is correct, then you are correct. Now, we can see here that the student started off by adding some numbers. Please pause the video and let me know, what are these numbers that they're adding? All right, welcome back. If you said these numbers they're adding represent all the dots between 4 and 0 hours spent per week, you are correct. Notice they started with 4, and that 4 comes from the 4 dots for the 4 hours. Then they went to 3 because we have 3 dots for the 3 hours. They went to 4 again because we have 4 dots for the 2 hours. Then they went to 5 because we have 5 dots for the 1 hour. And finally, they put one more dot, so they put +1. When adding all these numbers up, you get 17. And so they're saying 17 out of 25 is their ratio. 17 is how many students we are looking at who spent 4 or fewer hours on homework per week. And 25 is your total amount of students. If you multiply both the numerator and denominator by 4, you will get 68 over 100. Again, since your denominator is 100 and 68 is your numerator, we can say that 68 parts out of 100 is actually 68%. So like you said earlier, this is correct. So the correct response to number 2 is 68% of the students spent 4 or fewer hours on homework each week. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching this video. My name is Mr. Cantor, and hopefully it has been helpful to you. I will see you in the next one. Take care for now.